Black Film Institute presents the Black Car Speakers Lounge, hosted by yours truly, Courtney Winston.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm well, by the grace of the Most High God. Welcome to Black Car Speakers Lounge, my brother.
Thank you very much. It's about time. It's about time, man.
In it though.
You say that advert or no? It wasn't. It was
Formula One. It was a minute, bro. Yeah, man, and it's great to meet you, Den. So tell us, bro. A little Tinky Bird told me that you're on the new movie Venom, starring Tom Hardy.
Yeah. I've got a small part in the in Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage. Yeah. I've seen it twice already. I'm probably gonna see it another 4 times just to see myself on the screen and get me on a big screen. But yeah, it was a trip seeing myself on the cinema. I've seen myself on TV before, but cinema is a completely different thing. You know what I mean? So it's
Come on.
yeah, it was an experience, man. It was an experience, and yeah, man. Looking forward to more of it, bro.
Yes, sir. And you're managed by Narrow Road Agency, is that right?
Yeah. Narrow Road Company. Yeah. They're a really good agency. They got a very good reputation. My agent Rosie Lloyd is fantastic. She took me on in 2018. So yeah, been with her 3 years now, and she took me on. I'd already applied to Narrow Road 3 times and got rejected.
Bro, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it straight to everybody on Black Car Speakers Lounge. Everyone come up in the cyber room. In the cyber room, we've got amazing guests. We've got Larry in the building. Venom 2, go and see it now. I haven't seen it yet. Shame on me. But I went to Narrow Road just before the lockdown, and they invited me in, and I was like, yeah, this and that, and I got turned down, bro. So I'm gonna try again because they're big in the game.
Well, bro, listen, they invited you for an interview, yeah?
Yes, sir.
You're doing well, because they're a prestigious.
They're up there.
They're up there, and and the fact that you actually got invited in means you've got something about you, bro. So big up you. Well, I already knew that anyway, but
Listen, bro.
So yeah, defo try again, bro. Because on my 4th attempt, I got.
Come on.
But
give me the tips, and everyone.
It's circumstances, bro. So I have to big up my friend Yinka. You probably know him, Yinka.
Yinka, yeah. He recommended me.
He recommended me, and he only just got with them and got a Netflix job.
Come on.
With Rosie. So he sent my stuff up, and Rosie was a new agent there as well. So you see, the circumstances was just right. Do you know what I mean? And and then Rosie called me in for an interview. We had a really great interview, and she took me on, and it's been great since, man. I've booked a few TV spots. You know what I mean? And booked Venom 2. I've had amazing auditions. The self-tape auditions I've had during this pandemic has been nuts. It's the kind of roles that if I get this, my life has changed. Do you know what I mean? Those are the kind of roles that I'm going up for. So obviously I've not bagged any yet, but the competition is deep, because for them kind of roles,
Yes.
So yeah, man. No, I encourage you, bro. I'm so glad to hear that you got a meeting with them. So yeah, man. Just keep trying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we see all day at Black Car Speakers Lounge. We always speak it into existence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's time for the game to step up, bro. So tell us a little. I must admit, I'm gonna go and see Venom. I saw the James Bond No Time to Die on Friday. Wow. I mean,
yeah. I still think Casino Royale is the best Daniel Craig Bond film.
Absolutely.
But after that, I think it's this one.
Yes. No spoiler, man. I'm not going to spoil it for people. Don't watch it.
Spoil it, but I will say the only disappointing thing is the ending.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about, Courtney. You know what I'm
I
talking
knew what you're talking about, brother. The whole cinema was quiet when I went there on Friday, brother. Afterwards, everyone was quiet.
Yeah.
I must say, Buja Banton and Beanie Man was up in it as well.
Is it?
There's a scene in Jamaica.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
Yeah, bro. Walk like a champion, talk like a champion.
When he meets yeah. Oh, what?
Bro. It was deep. It was good, man. And now I'm looking. I've got to go on a whole cinema visitation because, like, with lockdown, cinemas being closed. But you've got Halloween's again, Venom, which you're in. That's out. James Bond, No Time for Dead or No Time for Die. No Time for Dead.
Yeah,
that's the time.
And Dune. Don't forget Dune. Dune as well.
June. I need to see June. 3 hours long. June. One of my favorite films from the 80s. You know.
Yeah.
You know
It looks good.
You know about the
Yeah.
So tell us about the filming and what you had to go through, audition, and the day you was picked up and the line, everything. Just tell us briefly what you went through, brother.
Okay. So funnily enough, I was in Ireland shooting an episode of Almost Never for CBBC when I got the call from Rosie to say that I got an audition for it when I come back from filming. So I come back, I get the script, and they gave me do you remember the film The Town with Ben Affleck?
Yes.
So they gave me a scene from that to do. And I was thinking to myself, why are they giving me a scene from The Town? So I rehearsed it, you know, I did my thing, you know, American accent. Then I go in there, Lucy Bevan, and I read it for her. And she goes, that was really good American accent. She goes, now I've got the actual script for Venom for you to read. I was like, oh, crap.
Wow.
So I think what it was, because I also heard from a few friends, including Yinka, that some people, after reading the Town bit, didn't get through. So my theory is that they wanted to hear people's American accents first. Because it's an American-based film. And then after that, they gave me the script for Venom. But I read for the Warden part. So for whatever reason, they didn't think that I fitted the Warden, but they still wanted me in the film. So they gave me the Ravenscroft guard role, which I ended up taking. So I don't have any dialogue, but you see me prominently in the beginning of the film. You know what I mean? So, and it's a credited proper role. So yeah, it's cool.
Come on. So did you get to meet Tom Hardy?
That was the disappointing thing because he wasn't in any of my scenes. So I never got to meet him, but obviously I got to meet Andy Serkis, who I love. I know you know. Yeah, bruv. He was so nice. He even came up to. He even made a point that because he had a cast on his leg. I think he had a skiing accident at the time, so he was actually in a wheelchair and crutches when he was directing it. And he made a point of coming up to us at the end of the shoot to say goodbye and to say how, you know, the work we done was great. I really respected him for that, man. But yeah, I got to meet him, obviously, and I got to meet Naomi Harris, who's such a nice person.
Gorgeous, man. Rocky lady, that is.
And she's so nice. She was busting joke with us. She was nice, so nice. I got nothing but good to say about her, man.
She's in Venom still. I didn't know she was in Venom Part 2.
Yeah. She plays Cletus Cassidy's girlfriend, Shriek. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, she's amazing, man. She's amazing in it. And never got to meet Woody Harrelson, but you know,
legend. White man can't jump.
Yeah, man. But you know, Andy Serkis and Naomi Harris is more than enough for me. You know what I mean? And actually being in the scene with Naomi Harris, you know what I mean? So I can't complain. But it would have been nice. It would have been nice to meet Tom Hardy. You know what I mean? It would have been nice.
Yeah.
One of my favorite actors, definitely. So
they're looking at him They're looking at him probably being the next Bond still. What do you reckon?
I don't think he'll get next Bond. I don't think he. Do you know who was the runner up to Daniel Craig when they were casting for the last Bond? You're gonna if you don't know, you're gonna be quite interested to hear who it is.
Go ahead.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, obviously Superman. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him as Bond, actually.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
He's got the look.
And now he's got a bit of size to him as well. That'd be quite interesting, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. I honestly believe there was a time where I said, the next James Bond needs to be black, but now I'm in a place where I don't care who it is. They just got to do the role right. Black or white.
I'm especially with Jay. I mean, I don't mind if he's black, but I don't really
at one stage for me, but I did a documentary on it as well.
Yeah.
Studying it, interviewing actors who are in previous Bonds, like Gloria Hendry. She was in Live and Let Die. She was a blaxploitation in the 70s. She was a blaxploitation star in the 70s.
Right.
And they selected her to be Rosie Carver, the character in Living.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
We went for a whole thing in LH. I interviewed her. It was wonderful.
Wow. Do you know what? A black actor who everyone sleeps on, who I know obviously personally, he's actually one of my top. He's actually one of my top. What did you say?
It's me.
You could do it, bro. You could do it. But he's actually one of my Taekwondo teachers. He's Adrian Lester.
Yes.
He could be a very good Bond. Very good Bond.
Yeah, I agree.
And a lot of people sleep on him, man. I don't know. Maybe because he's not as visible as like an Idris.
Yeah.
But he's just as talented,
Definitely. But you know what? They hardly ever, historically speaking, they've hardly ever chosen Bonds who were famous, like well-known. Daniel Craig wasn't a well-known actor he was Bond. I think my favorite man to play Bond would be Chiwetel Ejiofor, the star of 12 Years a Slave. He is a bad man.
Yeah. He's a beast.
Yeah, him, Adrian Lester, he's a Dulwich man like myself still. And Chiwetel went to Dulwich College as well.
Yeah.
Courtney Winston's living in Dulwich. Yeah. And I actually got a chance to meet the producers of Bond, and I gave them a demo reel tape. This is in 2012. I gave them my demo reel tape where I was acting as Bond, and Barbara hugged her up, she kissed me up on the cheek, everything. So any inspiration behind any black Bond coming up, I believe, by God's grace, that I contributed to that.
You contributed to that, yeah? Why not, bro? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
So your part in Venom, without any spoilers, was he playing? What was your specific role?
So basically my role is a Ravenscroft guard to Naomi Harris's character. So basically, the Ravenscroft. So I don't know how familiar you are with the comics, but Ravenscroft was an asylum where they kept all these superpowered beings. So obviously Shriek has got the power to manipulate sound and turn it into a weapon. So we've got her in this special glass cage, and we're the ones that come in to see that she's, what she's doing to feed her and whatnot. So yeah, that's my role as her guard. One of her guards anyway. Yeah. So it's a small role, but I'm happy nonetheless. It's
a small role in a big movie, in a big franchise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a small role in a big franchise. So well done to you. Any tips for young actors listening to you as to what they should do, drama school, agent? Any quick advice for them, my brother Larry?
Let me just think. Obviously, they're going to get the typical advice from everyone else, which is go to drama school and, learn your trade and so on and so forth, which is all great advice. One thing I will say, which drama school doesn't really teach you, and you have to learn from other people, is learn the business of acting. Learn
brother.
the business of acting.
Come on.
So Learn how to market yourself. Learn what the marketing materials are, you know, and learn how to update them in a way that agents and casting directors are going to take notice of you, because you don't learn this in drama school. And
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, yes, of course, acting, knowing how to act is the utmost important. But as you've seen yourself, Courtney, how many people that are not that talented but know the business of acting have gone ahead of people who are more talented, you know? So I that's the one advice that I would give younger guys and girls coming up, is to learn the business of acting, because it's so important. It's even when you've got a good agent like myself, like, you still need to be actively doing your part, which
that's
is
what I think she told me that when I met her at Narrow Road.
Right. So you need to be hitting up the casting directors, you know what I mean? You need to be hitting up the producers. You need to be hitting up the directors. Look, this is me. Take notice of me. Here's my show reel, you know?
Come on.
So that they can look at your stuff and think, yeah, you know what? This guy's right for this. Let me hit up his agent and get him to self-tape or to come in and audition, you know? So your agent does it as well, but she's got how many clients? You need to take your own initiative and do it yourself. And that's the advice. If I only had one bit of advice to give, that would be it. That would be it.
Brilliant, brother. Brilliant, Larry. And just before we go, brother, just explain briefly what is self-taping, and when you mean hit the producers and the casting directors, you mean be bold enough to send them emails and shoot out your pictures, headshots to them?
Yeah. So a self-tape is basically an audition that you will film yourself doing, that you will then hand over to your agent to hand over to the casting director, or they'll give you a direct link to hand over to the casting director. And before the pandemic, obviously there was a lot of self-tapes, but you were still being seen in the room. But it was getting to the point where they started to use self-tapes more and more. But now the pandemic has sped up the process. So now, even when this whole pandemic finishes, whenever it does, you're still going to be mostly seeing self-tapes. And so people need to get adept at producing them. So that's the self-tape. And when I say hit up producers and casting directors and so on and so forth, I mean email them with never call them, email them with your spotlight link, which should have your headshots and your CV. And that's why it's very important that you have everything up to date.
And Spotlight being the home of casting, or the database where actors are on there with their headshot, with their resume and their show reel, so that the casting directors, producers and directors can see you live and in living color.
Yeah, exactly. And then they can see who to hit up. They can see your agent, who to hit up if they want to call you in for something or to request a self-tape, you know? So yeah, it's so important to be able to do all of this as an actor.
100%.
Yeah,
brother, we're gonna have to bring you back on so we go deeper. I'm gonna go and watch Venom this week, brother. I have to watch it.
It'll be my pleasure to come back, bro. And thank you very much for having me, man.
Thank you, brother, and many, many blessings on your road of success, King.
Oh, thank you so much,
bro. I'm so glad to have you on the Black Car Speakers Lounge platform first. Before you got the first, before you get the Emmy, first before you got the BAFTA, right there.
Thank you, brother. And let me just say, I have a new YouTube channel.
Subscribe to Jimmy. What's it again, brother? Repeat one more time.
The Jim Rat Pack Does Entertainment.
Jim Rat Pack Does Entertainment.
That's the
people you heard it here at Black Car Speakers Lounge on a Sunday. Get everybody up into the cyber room. Larry, thank you very much, brother. Everyone go and see Venom 2. Venom, not 1, not 3, but 2. Larry, our brethren here, who is in Venom, there will be carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to the platform.
Brother.
Cheers.
Take care.
Love, love, love.
Betty, you feel like home to me. Like family.
Follow, like, subscribe